Loot crates. I'm sick of hearing about them. I'm sick of talking about them. Honestly, in most games I've played, they don't actually bother me too much. What about you, Steve?
Ditto. I don't mind in World War II, or Call of Duty World War II.
I'm Dan. I'm here with my mate Steve,
Hello.
and we're talking today about Call of Duty World War II. Actually, the first time I've ever talked about Call of Duty game on this channel before, believe it or not. Like one of the biggest games in the world.
Yeah.
I've never done a video on it before, and the main reason why I want to do a video on this is because, believe it or not, I wouldn't say like I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty, but I actually play most of them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you play it quite a lot, but
Yeah.
you just kind of like every year or every few years you'll buy one and you'll get into it again and so on. I know there's a lot of hardcore people who play it year in, year out, but,
Yeah.
but I don't think you and I are 100% that.
We missed out last year's one.
We did.
Infinite Warfare, because I didn't think it looked awful. In fact, I actually heard it was pretty good, but the whole space thing, I feel like just kind of burnt out on that, and just the multiplayer side of the Call of Duty games in the last few years has been a bit hit and miss, which, to be honest, we'll just say this up front, this video is going to be mainly focused on the multiplayer and the zombies part of this game. The campaign we haven't actually beaten yet, because we've mainly just been playing the heck out of both the zombies and multiplayer.
Yeah, mainly the multiplayer, but hopefully we'll have some good content on that.
Yeah, so I guess because we don't have that much to say on the campaign, I guess we'll start with that just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's serviceable. It's kind of cool to go back to the World War II style, but honestly, it just feels like a game that, graphics aside, because it looks amazing, feels like a game that could have come out 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it does what it says on the tin. It is a single-player campaign about World War II.
Yep.
It tries to get you enticed with the team. This one, obviously, as you said, we haven't played it all the way through yet, but what we've played, you kind of get a little bit of wanting to work your team, because you've got, like, is it Zussman, I think it is? He's your medic, and you have to ask for the first aid materials, because you don't regen anymore your health.
Yeah, I really do like that aspect, and it does bring a sort of tension to the battles where before you'd go out guns blazing, then hide for a couple of seconds, then come back out guns blazing again. You feel like you've got to take a lot more cautious. We're playing on regular. I often play Call of Duty games on veteran just because I'll...
Because you're hard.
Yeah, because I'm well hard, aren't I, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't like really challenging, but it was a lot more difficult than I'd say the past regular Call of Duty.
Yeah, it was not. I think it was the health system which made it like that. Because I think it was a couple of times when you were playing it, at one point you had like bugger all health, you had no medipacks, and I think it was Zussman was on the other side of a stairwell.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And you were trying for a good 3-4 minutes to try and get to him to get those medipacks, but you couldn't. But you were still grinding out the kills, trying to stay alive. And do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it brings a different aspect to it. But I generally, what we played, I've enjoyed it so far. It's not grabbing me by the fucking haunches and just going, yes, I must play it even more and more.
Yeah,
but
this story isn't as personal as anything, or as interesting. It's kind of just the by numbers. In fact, story-wise, it's beat for beat Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
like it has the opening D-Day landing. There's that huge field, and you can make the Nazis surrender, just like in Saving Private Ryan.
Or you can shoot them like you did.
Oh, I shot them because I thought, oh yeah, that'd be fine. Just shoot Nazis, and then got a game over. I was like, wait, what?
In all fairness, I got the first.
I've seen Saving Private Ryan. He comes back and kills them. That's about. Don't let them surrender.
You got a little bit too much into
You
the
just
film,
got to
didn't
get rid
you?
of them all. Just, come on, what I'm saying. Anyway, there's other bit as well, the sniper tower.
Yes.
Again, very similar to Saving Private Ryan. There's also like elements of Fury, that film Fury with Brad Pitt, where you go behind the tank and you're trying to push up the tanks with the people all behind the tanks. Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
I think it's worked. I heard it's a 6-hour campaign and we played under 2 hours.
Yeah, okay. So I guess we won't talk too much more on that then. We'll probably just move on to the multiplayer, which I guess is the main hook for any Call of Duty game. Like, I do like playing the campaign as well, but you don't buy a Call of Duty game unless you're going to play the multiplayer, really, I don't think.
Yeah, totally right. What everyone really comes for and continues playing.
And it's something that neither of us two have enjoyed for a while, Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think we spoke about it. Well, I think the last time I enjoyed a multiplayer Call of Duty, enjoyed being the main word, not played just as a grind, but enjoyed, was Modern Warfare 2.
No, you like Black Ops 2, I thought.
Not massively.
Oh, did you
not the story. Obviously, I love the zombies and stuff, but
the
not
multiplayer
the
specifically,
multiplayer. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on it and they seem to be enjoying it, of what I've seen, but it's been getting some pretty good reviews on that side.
I'm very hit and miss with the multiplayer, as you know. We mean you've played it for a few hours.
At times, there were swear words coming out of our mouths that I didn't even know we had in our vocabulary.
One of the most annoying things for me I noticed is there's a few times where I'm hiding behind cover, I know I'm behind cover, at least I feel like I am. I die, then I see the kill cam and my leg is clearly sticking out and even my head sticking out. I'm like, wait, what? But I was behind cover? Like, there's a bit weird perspective problem with that really frustrates me. One of the biggest draws for this is this new mode called War Mode. At least I assume it's new. I don't think it's been in any previous Call of Duty game before.
Not to the best of my knowledge.
It's kind of like anyone who's played Overwatch or even Battlefield, it has a very similar element of you move from point to point.
Yeah, Battlefield used to have complete a point or 2 points, and then you moved on to the next section, didn't you?
Yeah, that's Bad Company, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. It moves on stage by stage.
And only 3 levels, but there's about 4 different sections of each level.
3 to 4, depending on what level it is.
Yeah. One of the best ideas is, Normandy D-Day landing. You can either start as the Germans in the turrets, or you can start as the Americans coming off on the beach. And it sounds cool, but when you're playing it, it's fucking frustrating as fuck, because if you're attacking, you're just getting mowed down constantly by the people on the turrets, or the snipers as well. I guess we'll go on to the sort of balancing of the weapons in a minute. But if you're defending as well, the same sort of thing. If you're on the turret, there's people just sitting way back on snipers, and I feel like the game as a whole, especially in war mode, very much rewards sniping. Maybe not for the team, because for the team you want to keep pushing up.
5 minutes to get your...
snipers just feel so overpowered. I know that a sniper shot in the chest would kill you, but when you're such a big target, I feel like that they should, in most games, you get shot in the head and it's one hit kill.
Yeah, and it's usually like chest, torso, depends where
The other modes as well, I think our favourite one of war mode, favourite level, I should say, was the one on the bridge.
Yes, you got one in the winter, one at D-Day, and this one here, and I can't remember the exact name of it.
Yeah.
But it worked really well, because I think it was the bridge part that we enjoyed, because the start bit is a little bit, you're in a house, and you're trying to capture maybe like a foyer room kind of thing, or a lounge, or whatever you want to call it.
It's high time grenade area.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit manic.
Yeah.
It's doable, because I've been on the team when it's doable to hold it. But it's also doable just to go in there and absolutely just get flipping wrecked left, right and centre every time you walk in that room.
Yeah.
But then, as you said, the next bit, the bridge, I think there's a really good balance there where it's a good mix of snipers, people trying to be teamwork by throwing smoke grenades down to try and build the bridge. And building the bridge isn't quick. You're not going to jump there and you're going to suddenly build, and no one's going to shoot you, because you've got down straight ahead, you've got snipers on two big buildings other side, you've got snipers and miniguns, and it is really, really well done. I think that part of the level specifically.
I think it's because it's very focused in that area, whereas the D-Day thing is so open, it actually even puts in AI enemies on the beach to make up the numbers, to make it actually feel like a war. If you're in a turret and you're shooting them, you just get plus 10 points rather than the plus 50 or whatever it is for a regular kill, which is fine, but they do that because it's like they don't have the right amount of people, and I feel like it's trying to go for that Battlefield sort of style of having an all-out, Battlefield, this huge war, and I feel like a game like Battlefield would work better on that sort of system than Call of Duty does.
I think you'd have 32 players running at the beach and
rather than
having
like 8 or whatever it is. Like,
yeah, it's not many.
It just feels too open for Call of Duty's own mechanics. I think Call of Duty works best in close quarters, and I think that as much as I like the idea of war mode and I can enjoy it, we played a lot of Domination and Team Deathmatch. Domination specifically, I feel like I had a better time. Yeah, it's the old school style Call of Duty game. It's just one small map. There's no like huge, what they call Levolution. I hate that fucking word, but where things would collapse in on itself and
change.
Yeah, and like the tide would raise and this bollocks. It's just a simple map. You have care packages. It feels like it's gone back to the basics. It feels good to play, but it does feel like, well, I remember doing this 10 years ago.
Much hasn't changed really in the respect of what they've put into it again. It's the same aspects. It's the same game mode. It's still domination. It's still kill confirm. It's still team deathmatch, etc, etc, etc. War mode is the new aspect to it, which I'm openly admit that I quite enjoy. I must admit, there's times on that D-Day level where I throw my controller through the screen.
Yeah, that level was infuriating.
I think there's moments in any Call of Duty game that you can get that. But apart from that, I enjoyed the war mode and stuff.
The main thing that everyone's got everyone's knickers in a twist, and it's been like this for the last couple of years for games, is the whole loot boxes system. Yeah. They've introduced this headquarters, which is essentially like Destiny's Tower, where you come in and it's like a social hub, and it's where you can get challenges and stuff.
Daily and weekly challenges.
Yeah, exactly the same. Exactly the same as Destiny, where you go in and it's like, oh, you get 50 headshots, and you come back and you will give you like a reward or something. Or we'll give you a loot box, and similar sort of thing with Destiny's multiplayer, where it randomly gives a loot box at the end of a team. It doesn't reward the best player, it doesn't reward the best play, it rewards randomness, which it's fun if you've had a shit game and you randomly get a loot box and makes you feel better.
There's a double-sided sword of that, because you get some people in Call of Duty and you'll have a look at them, you'll finish a game and they'll finish with 35 for 4 kills, and then you see them in the next game and they'll finish for 30 for 5, and you think, well, this person's got no life and all they do is play Call of Duty, and they are just absolutely and utterly killing it. And you think, I'd be pretty pissed if I was in that same team, and I'd make actual effort to get out of that team if I saw that he kept getting loot boxes. In the end of the day, I'd assume that he would double up or triple up all these items anyway if he kept getting them, albeit great for that person or those people who are that good at the game. But I don't mind the variety of random loot boxes personally, but I can see the flip side of the coin of it, people getting annoyed where you go, well, he's bottom of the bloody team with 4 kills and 8 deaths,
and he gets the reward.
I can see the frustration, but the reward for the person at the top of the team is the most XP. That's their reward. The person at the bottom of the team is going to get fuck all XP, and that's their decision by how they play their game.
The big question is, do you think the loot boxes are intrusive?
No, I don't see people's big problem with it.
I agree. I think that this whole this stubbornness towards microtransactions and shit like that, I can understand that if it's like a pay to win, if it actually affects the gameplay. Does it affect the game? And I think no.
No, it doesn't.
These are all
cosmetic.
They're cosmetic. And I thought they do this similar sort of way of Overwatch, where if you want to buy loot boxes, you can. But I think vote with your wallet in the way that buy the game. If you don't want these things in it, don't buy them. I don't think I'll ever buy a loot box in this game. I don't feel the need to buy one at all. You get them frequently enough to be like, oh, that's a cool reward. I got like a nice item there, and it's just like, oh, we've got a new outfit for my shotgun class.
And
like
or whatever. These contracts like you were talking about earlier, a lot of those will give you either supply drops or rare supply drops. As you said earlier, they're not hard to get. They're 10 headshots with a sniper or 10 with a
exactly
an SMG or something like that.
Or you just get a random one at the end of a match.
Exactly. So there's no need, and these items are, and I think this is where people I think got a little bit hazy, is that the items in them are predominantly cosmetic.
Yeah.
Which that is it. You get different uniforms and emotes.
The emotes are,
which are quite similar as well. Some of them are
Destiny. I know that people moan about, oh, you can literally see the loot boxes drop, because people were getting these gifs on Twitter and stuff like this, or these videos on Twitter where you see a loot box drop on the beach and you can see other people getting the loot boxes. But this is just a social hub, and I think that you seeing your friend, you can see exactly what your friend got, is actually kind of cool.
I like that.
You can actually see what they got. I know that the idea of it, it's making it seem like, oh, he got a loot box, I might want to get a loot box as well. I don't feel that need to, because I feel like you get rewarded enough. One of my favourite games of all time, I'm sure I said this on this channel before, I love Rocket League. Rocket League, one of my favourite games of all time. They retroactively incorporated loot boxes.
Yeah.
The loot boxes, you had to buy keys. You couldn't use the loot box in the game. The only way to unlock loot boxes in Rocket League is to actually buy keys.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy keys in this game. I feel like, I love Rocket League, but Rocket League is way more with that than the likes of Call of Duty, honestly.
Massively.
Or even Destiny.
Massively so. And I agree. There is a lot of the times when the hate is deserved for these loot boxes and so on.
Yeah.
But on this specific example, it's not. I'll be honest with you. But it's down for everyone to play and see if they agree or disagree. They might go, no, just totally against loot boxes, full stop, which is fair enough.
The only big thing really for the social hub thing is it doesn't actually feel very social, because you don't actually see anyone running around.
Yeah.
Unlike Destiny, it actually feels like a population of people. Regardless, you can't interact with them. You at least see everyone running around.
Dance with them, but yeah.
Well, you can dance them, that's true. You can wave at them, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But in this, it's unless you're in a squad with people, there's no one else running around.
Yeah, I said we played for 10 hours and I didn't see another person in the headquarters section.
Exactly.
I thought it was supposed to be a social hub.
Yeah.
And then you can go and do 1v1s versus people, and you can watch other people do their 1v1s and so on. But quite depressing when the only other sad sack in there was you half the time. So, yeah, and this is the thing.
Against me?
Well, it was a good idea, maybe poorly executed, but maybe they'll change it.
It feels unnecessary, the actual hub itself, but it's fine. I don't dislike it. I don't hate it or anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't make me hate the game because of that.
My final thing on multiplayer is, it's alright. I have to get frustrated sometimes on it. I think there's better Call of Duty games I've enjoyed.
Multiplayer-wise, yeah.
Yeah,
but it's probably the best one I've enjoyed multiplayer.
I know you have.
For quite a few years.
See, this was made by Sledgehammer, who made the 2014 Advanced Warfare, and I know you didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I didn't.
I did. I don't love it, but I did like the multiplayer. I like the campaign. Was it the zombies or whatever it was in that game? I remember being terrible. Speaking of zombies, we'll move on to the World War II version of zombies, which I actually really like.
Indeed, I like it.
This is the first time I've properly enjoyed a zombies since Black Ops 1, and it actually feels like an improvement. It's not just the same old shit again. One of the most frustrating things about with Call of Duty zombies has always been 2 hits you down. All these perks and stuff, all this stuff you've collected, that's it, 2 hits you down. You can get trapped so easy. In this game you have like specific power-ups, like you
have unlimited ammo and you don't reload, so you just literally, it's like having, if you have a machine gun out, it's like literally having a minigun of sorts, because you just literally fire for, what does it last, for 20-30 seconds continuously without reloading, without using any exactly, and it gives you a shit ton of kills and a shit ton of points.
How long did we say the cooldown is? About
4 minutes? 5 minutes?
And my one I like is the medic one, where you can you're invisible to the zombies, so they don't go after you. So if your teammate goes down, like Steve did quite often, I would go and revive him, because it was a cool like sort of team based thing that I thought maybe the multiplayer could have done with more. Don't go back on multiplayer, but it's very solo Call of Duty, isn't it? When it comes to multiplayer. Whereas I thought this zombies is definitely a more team based thing. I like the health system where you can buy armor now, and the more times you get hit and lose your armor to
doubles in values and so on. What I've noticed so far, it tops out of 10.
I wouldn't notice. I didn't go that far. But there's only one map, but the map itself is huge. There's loads to do. You can like unlock this Tesla gun that we did, which was a bit obtuse, I'll be honest. Zombies has always been obtuse in that way, but once you know what to do, just turn the 3 valves, put on the engine, go down the bottom. It
wasn't the easiest thing to do. I suppose, obviously, at that time when
we googled it,
was only 2 of us.
We googled it just to make sure we were doing.
But we have done it when it was 4 of us. It's a little bit tricky, I'd say. 4 of you, there's a lot more zombies and so on, but it was okay. And I'm sure there's more to it than we've already done. There's probably probably a little bit more to it at least.
I found that I was going down less than I did in the previous ones. I remember hating Black Ops 2's zombies where, do you remember you had the bus and they had the fire cracks
and all that shit,
and you walk over it and it would start burning you and it would make you not run. I'd be like, why do that? It's really annoying. Yeah, they have a crack right next to the bus to run into, and if you miss it, you start
jump and I
hated all that. Like then getting the bus to go around different areas. I really hated that. This is just, it feels very back to basics of here's a huge map, you can unlock all different doors. I didn't mind Black Ops 3's one.
The only downside to this map, it's got a massive fucking hole in the middle of it,
which you fell down constantly.
It's just ridiculous. I walk backwards a lot when I shoot, and I fell down it so many fucking times. It's pointless. But
the only thing I do miss about this is when you get like a insta kill and stuff like this, you have the little voice that go like insta kill, and like you had all these. Do you remember like
classic? It was.
If you get the box and the box disappears, you'd like have a teddy bear pop up and you'd have this weird like maniacal laugh, and now it just like disappears.
Nothing turns up,
and you're like, is my gun coming? Oh no, it's not. It's disappeared somewhere else. I do miss that kind of
that kind of classic zombie.
More jumpy
kind of
in this one.
Definitely more jumpy.
Speaking of the fact that this is Sledgehammer, this is an ex like Dead Space guys. You can tell that they're the sort of people. Dead Space is a similar sort of thing. You go up to turn a valve and the zombie would jump out the fucking window.
And there's quite a few times when once you start a new round, especially, you'll turn around and suddenly you're next to like a building which is 2 stories high.
Yeah.
And a window will smash and a zombie will jump out. It's like, for fuck's sake, you can see him coming out there.
Yeah.
And I'll openly admit, we played that for probably 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And I jumped once, which for a Call of Duty zombie game, I've never jumped in a zombie game.
Yeah.
No, but I enjoyed it. I thought the weapons were alright. I loved rocket launcher with 9 rockets in it.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Amazing, that is.
You got that right, like literally
right
last time we played this.
Yeah,
and
that was fantastic.
Yeah, that come out of the box. That was a pretty cool weapon.
Some of the bigger zombies are a bit annoying though.
They can be, but I like the variety. It's not all about just having
running zombies.
Zombies,
bastards. Absolute bastards.
Honestly, overall, I guess we'll finish this off with, would you recommend this game?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Any game with Vic Rames in it.
Ving Rhames, yeah. Ving Rhames and David Tennant in it.
Yeah.
That opening cutscene's pretty funny, even though it skipped it for us, but whatever.
Yeah.
Overall, it depends on what you're looking for. If you just want a Call of Duty for single player, this isn't really that great. There's better ones that I've played at least. Multiplayer, it was okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure it looks
And then
good
the zombies, I think, is actually really good. But I'd say if you're interested in all three, then get the game. If you're only interested in one of those things, I don't think one of those its own holds up.
Maybe not 45 quid's worth, and possibly even 2. I would say I bought this game knowing that I wanted the multiplayer and the zombies.
Yeah.
Single player, not really that bothered, but we played it. I'll openly admit that I'll probably finish that.
Yeah.
And that'll probably be the first single player campaign Call of Duty I've finished. I've played a lot of them, like many hours of them, but not finished them because I just always find that the end grind's always a bit too much for me.
It's too hard for Stevie.
I know. But I get always pulled back for the multiplayer. I put it on. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the single player where it's kind of rooted, where you know where you're going. Or you play the multiplayer where, okay, there's in Call of Duty maps, they're world renowned for having 3 avenues to go down, don't they, really? But it's more variety. And same with the Call of Duty, like you said.
They have often
on the zombies.
On the back of the box, it's been like campaign, multiplayer, zombies. Here's 3 pretty like solid, well-rounded off modes.
It's 3 reasons to buy the game, and I think you're totally right. If you're looking for all 3, buy it. If you're looking for 2, I think still buy it. If you're looking for just 1, especially if it's just the campaign, you're an idiot. But
I wouldn't say get this game for just one of the modes. Yeah.
And I think people would buy it for the zombies.
I don't think that game's worth 45 quid alone, but sure. I think we'll just finish it there. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of Call of Duty stuff, let us know, I guess, because I don't know, I like Call of Duty a lot, but I don't ever talk about it enough. I've just been playing a lot of Super Mario Odyssey recently.
Put a like on it if you want to see more.
I'm cutting that bit out.
Yeah.